Okay, we're back. So now we only need to run the case. So remember, you have the dictionary there. So this is easy peasy. Put it there. We'll do everything. So I'm using the default option. So I will run 4,000 iterations. So to compare with the steady case, now we use same number of iterations. You will see, we will compare the time to see which one is faster or slower. Okay. And then, well, we know that the unsteady is the longest one, no, the one that takes more time, but this is it now, it's running. We can also plot residuals like we have we have been doing so far. Let me put it there, your residual control. Okay, and we have also forces. So let me go first. Let me see the script. So the forces will start to plot with from 100 seconds, 100 iterations. So we are in 11. So we need to wait a little bit. Let me put, okay, so just to recap what is happening. So remember, these are your minimum and maximum time scales. So every cell will see a different one and everything is being damped. Okay, so it smooths out and down to avoid so introducing also instabilities. This is no a standard one, no, like the unsteady solving, no, your iterative loop, pressure, velocity coupling. We have all the quantities here, no, monitoring minimum, maximum forces, and so on, and continuity. Also here, continuity errors tends to be much better than the continuity errors with the steady solver in comparison with the steady solver. But again, we are introducing also errors due to this very questionable hypothesis now that is pseudo-transient or steady solver, but it's much better than a steady. And that's it. Okay, so at this point, let me put here the monitor, these two, then I will print on the screen the forces and we'll let it run up to 100 iterations. So see you later. Okay, we're back. So now we have a solution. Clearly it took more time than the steady, but it took more time probably because I ran the simulation and unnecessary amount of iteration. So by looking at this, probably we could have a step at 1500. So 1500 here, everything's stable. Here also seems stable. And what is important, look at the continuity errors, they're also low. You compare with the steady solver, sims are larger. Later in the next video, we'll see the iterative convergence, but probably I think it took more, but look at that, everything is a compromise now. So probably will be faster, slower, but then at the end you want some accuracy. But clearly this is slower, at least for this case or for this iterative margin, was slower than the steady, faster than the unsteady. And sometimes maybe the unsteady can be the fastest solution depending on what you want to reach, but see that we're in between. So as I mentioned, this is the approach now that I like to use when I'm dealing with steady, when I want to find steady solutions. Especially if I'm dealing with complex physics, adding compressible flows and so on. And compressor likely steady, they are very stable. But well, you have here another approach. So let me close here. Let me close also this. And then next video we are going to compare both the steady and steady what we have done so far. But to end here, recall that we have the solution now. So remember, this is not time accurate, okay, but will be much accurate than the steady. And if you go now, when you choose your iterative, your maximum coulomb, you choose no, but if you get the minimum and maximum time scale at the same order of magnitude, it will be time accurate. But it makes no sense doing that switch to unsteady. What I mentioned, also try to keep two order of spectral separation now between the minimum and maximum time scale. So when you define in your SB solution now the maximum coulomb, that maximum coulomb will define the upper limits and minimum and maximum time scales according to the cell dimension, get to order of magnitude. But what I like to do is that my minimum time scale, I like also to get it from the on-steady simulation. I go into the on-steady, run a few iterations, and I get that time scale, and I try to choose my maximum current to get in that order. Okay, and maybe you might say, okay, you can put it one here and you might get the same one as the on-steady. In my personal experience, it's not the case. So you need to play a little bit, but that is my standard practice. But what is important, keep that separation, spectral separation, to make things efficient. Do not go too high here, 4 or 5 order of magnitude of separation between minimum and maximum. It can add some issues. So let's compute the current number. Okay, so we have here, probably can add that function argument. Let me take this one. Okay, paste here, and that one will be, let me put here current, no, and you add this solver fluid. Remember to add the thermo physical model. So I added that current the last time step. We have everything, and now let's do the post-processing, and we end here. And then next video we compare all the solutions. So this is what we have. Remember, go here, apply, go to the latest one, and here we are going to have our current. Okay, you can see your time scales. I'll play a little bit here with, I put here 1,000, how they change. And remember, also the on-steady will change, but the deal there is that your time step, it is exactly the same in all the cells. Okay, in this case, now you have the reciprocal delta t. Okay, and here this is telling you that each cell will have a different time step. As you can see here, let me put here probably 500. Each cell have a different time step, and then you propagate that time step now in your domain and advance faster the solution where nothing happens, as you can see here. Okay, here nothing happens, velocity low, no vorticity, circulation, nothing. Here where things are happening, high temperature, you have separation and so on, you have a small time step. So this is all. Okay, now you have the solution for this case that we use to do a lot of post-processing. This is from where it is coming. Then next videos we'll compare these 3 cases. Remember that in basic, and then we go to another one that we're going to add the boundary ledger and then do the viscous simulation. But pretty much the same approach, will be fully on-steady, but you can take any of these 3 approaches to get the solution. So that's all for this case. Thank you for your attention. See you next time. Bye.